Hello, hello. How's everyone doing? I always like to start off by doing a quick tech check. So if you can hear me, if you can see the slide here that says convert rental clients into buyers in 4 easy steps, hit me with a thumbs up, yes in the chat, some sort of acknowledgement that you can hear me. Perfect, awesome. Thumbs up, beautiful. All right, so again, thank you so much for being here with me today. So glad you were able to make it. As always, if you don't mind, please drop the city you're from in the chat. We have attendees from all over Canada and the US, and I always like to see where everyone is from. So if you don't mind, just quickly drop your city. All right, nice. Oakville, fellow Oakville in the house. Brampton, Los Angeles. Beautiful. Echo on the audio. Try and fix that quickly. I'm not sure why that is the case. All right, well, let's get this going. So again, thank you all so much. This webinar will be a quick one. It's titled Convert Rental Clients into Buyers in 4 Easy Steps. This is a very tactical, step-by-step instructional demo on how you can use Nurture Flow. Nurture Flow is one of our newest products at Web for Realty. Previous webinars, we're also around Nurture Flow, so definitely check those out as well. But this strategy was actually taken from one of our Web for Realty members who was really gracious enough to share this tactic with me and our audience on a previous podcast. By the way, for those who don't know, I do host a podcast called Top Agent, where I do speak to some of the best realtors in the world to extract their insights and ideas. So if you haven't checked that out, please do so. It's called Top Agent. You can find it anywhere you listen to podcasts. So just another way to gain some value out there. So yeah, this member on the podcast shared the strategy that helped her actually convert rental clients into buyers buying a property instead of renewing their rental agreement. So I thought it was pretty genius, but at the same time very simple. And I was surprised no one has even brought this up, or I've heard about this before. So we're going to go step by step, creating a variation of this flow that she used that could hopefully help you engage and maybe convert some of your rental clients into buyers in the near future. So from just as a side here, before I get into the demo, from my experience with realtors, it seems like rental transactions in general are just not as taken as seriously as a home buyer or a seller for whatever reason. And I think that's such a huge missed opportunity. And this always reminds me of a guest I had on the Top Agent podcast just recently, a very successful realtor. And he said something that really stuck to me. And it's a common thing that every successful realtor talks about that I speak to. He said, not exactly the quote, but along the lines, wealth and success is built on relationships, not the transaction. And I think too many agents are focusing too much on the transaction, the quick buck, rather than building that long-term, real, genuine relationship. So just thought this was relevant, just some food for thought there. Now, before we get into the demo, please drop your questions throughout this webinar. Try and keep it as interactive as possible. I will do my best to answer all the questions at the end. And please stick around to the end as well, because we are offering exclusive promos to attendees that you are only able to click on by sticking around live rather than seeing the replay. So let's get right into it. I'm going to share my screen here. Just give me a moment. All right. All right. Can you guys see my screen? Quick thumbs up. Seeing the dashboard here. Beautiful. Perfect. All right. So first things first, right? So this is the dashboard, by the way, when I'm logging into Web for Realty, into the account. This is what you see. This dashboard is also customizable in terms of the layout and what you see and stuff. But just to pull up a profile here. So I'm clicking on a contact in the CRM. So one thing that's very, very important in the CRM that you use, in any CRM, it's the, because CRMs are they're very dynamic. They're very featureful. A lot of times agents don't use all the features, but it's very important that they're also crafted in a way that makes sense with your business. So in this particular case, what I'm going to show you is so what I mean by that is you should, in your CRM, be able to capture information that you want to, that's relevant to your business. So in this case, for this particular demo, one of those fields that I'm talking about is renewal dates. So being able to capture renewal dates in your CRM that you can track for contacts, because this is not really a common thing by default that's in your CRM. So it's nice to be able to customize this in your CRM. So I'm going to quickly go through that here. So I'm going to go into the CRM, and this is all relevant for the demo, which you'll see here. So I'm going to go custom fields. So here I can actually create custom fields. So in this particular case, I have a lot of rental clients. So I'm going to add a custom field in my CRM, which is a date. So you can, there's many different types of fields you can track in your CRM, but in this case, date, I'm going to call it rental renewal. Add, so there it is. So now if I further go here into contact page layouts, you can also customize, where these custom fields are sitting in your CRM. So just for example purposes here, I'm going to create a new section called rental details, and I'm going to add that rental renewal right here. I should drag it in here actually. So rental renewal. In the rental details, there we go. So I'm going to save and quickly click on a contact again to show you what I just did here. So if I scroll down, now I have this new section in my CRM called rental details, where I can now pick a date. So now, and in this case, Susan Naismith, she's a client of mine. I know her renewal is coming up in, I don't know, November 24th, and that's it. It's just tracked in my CRM. So now this is what I'm building this flow around in Nurture Flow. So that's what I'm going to get into now. So this is the flow right here. I can also send you the actual text if you want to use this and reiterate it. So Nurture Flow, I'm going to create a campaign here. I'm going to call it, so I'm just going to create the segment. It's all going to make a lot of sense, and it's going to be very cool here. So first thing with Nurture Flow, it's you're creating a flow. For those who weren't around or haven't seen previous webinars on Nurture Flow, you're creating automated flows surrounding a particular date. So any date in a contact CRM date. So in this particular case, we're using that rental renewal date that I just added. So now I can create interactions or actions before, on the day of, and after the rental renewal. So in this case, purpose of this flow, as per that member that I talked about, Web Realty member who uses something like this, who helped her convert many rentals into buyers, is basically starting interacting with this client before their rental renewal, all on autopilot. So first thing I'm going to do is before. So I'm going to go 6 months before the rental renewal date. I'm going to send an email, and you can do a lot of actions here, but for this particular case, I'm going to send an email to the person automatically with this email here, which I'll type out and share with you as well. So in here, I'm going to just copy and paste what I've already had. So, hey, first name, this is dynamic as well. So the first name would automatically come up. Hope you're doing well. I want to send you a quick note to remind you that your rental renewal is coming up in 6 months. I know that may seem like a long time, but it's always better to be prepared well in advance, especially in this market. Have you thought of what you wanted to do next? PS, the market is really favorable right now for buyers. You might even be able to save some money compared to renting. Just a thought. Let me know if you have any questions. So this is, you know, very, it's an automated but very personal email. It doesn't sound canned, doesn't sound scripted, very relevant, genuine. So that's the first email that they're going to get automatically 6 months before that rental renewal date. And again, you can, the subject of this email, you can do, so 6 months away, whatever. Let's just put something in and save. And you can reuse, you can save these templates, reuse them for future flows, etc. So what would you like to name this template? I'm going to call it 6 months before rental renewal. Oops, spelling is off today. Save. All right, so that's action 1. I'm going to save. Perfect. So now, second one, I'm going to go 3 months before. So 3 months before the renewal, I'm going to send another email with a new template. Again, I have some saved here, but just to start fresh. So 3 months, subject renewal coming up in 3 months. I'm going to paste this text or this email here. So this one is along the lines of this. So, hey, first name, again, dynamic. Your rental renewal is 3 months away. Are you free for a coffee sometime this week to go over next steps? I have some really exciting options to share with you. I think you'll find pretty interesting. Talk soon. So again, another personal touch point. These are just meant to start the dialogue, start the conversation with your clients, and hopefully get them, you know, just start that conversation, right? And the whole purpose of these is obviously to use your salesmanship as a realtor to give your clients that option, right? Sometimes it's really, and especially depending on the market you're in, sometimes it is more favorable for clients to buy rather than rent. So, you know, just starting this engagement, this dialogue, and just providing that value. This is what these messages are all about, is providing that, nurturing that relationship. So this one's called 3 months rental renewal. I'm going to save it. So that's a second email in the flow. And the next one is something like this. So let me save that. So just a recap here, they get an automated email 6 months before, they get another automated email 3 months before. And I'm going to, I had 4 here, but I'm just going to do the last one. So I'm going to do 1 month before. 1 month before. At this time, I'm going to send a text message, right? So you can do emails and text messages. Nice to switch them up. So that's a cool thing about Nurture Flow as well. So I'm going to send a quick SMS message this time. So 1 month before renewal to client, and this is the message in this case. So hey, first name, again, dynamic. Wanted to check in one more time. Have you had the chance to think about your options after next month? Your renewal expires 1 month from now. Let me know if there's anything I can help with. So that's the flow. So that's it, right? This is, you set this up one time just like this, with those emails and the combination of emails and text. And again, the purpose of these is to start the dialogue, right? Start the conversation with that client, start nurturing that relationship and providing the options. And again, this is where your techniques, your insights into your market as a realtor, which can really provide value. But this is a flow that has worked for several realtors, and just being able to just convert these clients who are just used to renting and just providing them with the option to just start that conversation and giving them opportunities to buy potentially. So that is the flow. Are there any questions? Any questions at all about this? Anything you want me to go over again, or want me to clarify a bit more? I got a question about, is there a tutorial to link? There's definitely a tutorial for this. I will post it actually. So right in the chat, if you go to support.webforrealty.com, there is a section dedicated to NurtureFlow, workflow automation, and there's a few videos right there as well. This is recorded, so if you came in late or whatnot or missed it, for those who have missed it, you will get the replay emailed to you, yes. Which of the icons should show NurtureFlow? So it's, if you're talking about that support.webforrealty site, the help desk, it's called NurtureFlow Workflow Automation, if that's the, or if you're referring to the dashboard here on the left side, it's in NurtureFlow right here. While I get more questions on here, two things, two promos here. So if you are listening to this webinar and you're not yet a Web for Realty member, we do have or I'm dropping in a promotion here, which we always like to have these exclusive promos just for attendees here. So if you're not a Web for Realty member interested in trying us out, learning more, you are able to sign up for a free 14-day trial, no credit card required. But if you use that link that I just dropped in there, if you do end up signing up, the first 4 months of service are 50% off. So great promo there, something to take advantage of if you are at all interested to learn more. So make sure you use that URL. Second thing, if you are a Web for Realty member, got something for you as well. So if you don't have NurtureFlow enabled on your account yet, we are offering unlimited use of NurtureFlow. So being able to create unlimited flows for only $10 a month. They are priced based on the number of flows, but you can essentially get any unlimited flows for only $10 if you claim this offer using this link. Just simply put in your name and email, click submit. That will be activated for you, and that's good for the lifetime of your subscription with Web for Realty. All right, I'll stick around, 30 more seconds. If you have questions, please drop them in the chat. I hope you guys see the value in this flow. It's such a simple one, but I think it could be so impactful. I think a lot of realtors, again, they sort of overlook the rental clients. And I think there's so much opportunity there to just continue building the relationships. Again, as per that slide that I had up, wealth is built on the relationships, not the transactions. So I think that's such a good quote, something you shouldn't overlook. So we'll leave it at that. If there are any questions, you do have my email, costa@webforrealty.com. Would love to hear from you, get some feedback. If you have suggestions for future webinars, that would be amazing. How long is the contract? Sorry, quick question there. There are no contracts with Web for Realty. It's month to month. Simple as that. All right, let's leave it there. Thank you all so much for taking the time today. I hope you found this helpful, and we will see you next week. Have a good one.